There's no doubt that diet is one of the most effective ways to shrink your carbon footprint. According to a recent study, nearly half of all greenhouse gas emissions in the United States can be attributed to food consumption and production of food, especially proteinous foods. While global warming concerns date back to the 1970s, the problem has only been exacerbated in recent years. Between 1750 and 2006, the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere rose 35%. In just the last 15 years, methane levels have skyrocketed 145%. This is concerning due to methane's potency. It has 23 times the impact on global warming of carbon dioxide. Scientists estimate that livestock is responsible for about 40% of global methane emissions, a potent short-lived climate pollutant. And with meat consumption growing worldwide, particularly in developing countries, livestock could become an even bigger problem in the future. Most methane from livestock comes from burping and flatulence, not from manure. Global warming will only lead to global depletion, far worse than global warming. Global depletion is a consistent decrease in natural resources. This global problem can be solved with a simple change. By eating less meat, we can all make a difference, and studies show that as meat consumption decreases, so does the need for resources like land, water, and fossil fuels. 1/5 of the planet's oxygen supply comes from rainforests and their ability to absorb millions of tons of carbon dioxide and produce oxygen in return. That's the kind of job most people can't handle. But Earth is lucky to have rainforests taking care of this feat for us. So preserving the rainforest and plants cannot be overemphasized, as it's essential to the survival of the human race. The Amazon rainforest is a treasure trove of plants with cancer-fighting properties, such as vincristine, one of the first cancer drugs to be developed. It's also home to over 2,000 plants superior to those found anywhere else in the world. But this isn't just good for humans, it's also suitable for the rainforest animals there and for the indigenous tribes who call it home. The problem is, we don't produce enough food to satisfy everyone's needs. According to the World Hunger Organization, over 6 million children died of starvation in 2009. It may seem like a minor issue at first, but it's a significant problem that has been overlooked for far too long. In fact, according to the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, 70% of the grain grown in the United States is fed to livestock. With the recent increase in global populations and consumption, livestock and meat production has increased alarmingly. That means more land is being used and wasted to raise livestock. People are giving up land that could be used to grow crops for humans and animals alike. In the United States, 80% of available land is used to raise livestock, supporting overgrazing. While reducing meat consumption is a significant step in becoming environmentally conscious, it's not the only one. If we want to become environmentally conscious, we need to look at how our seafood consumption is damaging oceans, too. The overfishing and pollution threatening our oceans is a genuine concern that needs to be addressed, but not only by reducing our meat intake. When it comes to seafood, many of us don't realize the damage we're causing by eating fish. Throwback fishing, the practice of catching and dumping unwanted fish back into the sea, is still a common occurrence today. Modern fishing has a significant impact on the environment. 70% of all fish are depleted or endangered. Heavy bottom trawling, the practice of dragging nets across the ocean floor, destroys habitats and ecosystems that can take centuries to repair.